Alexa, play Katy Perry's new holiday song. Welcome back to another Celebrity Sweets. I'm Ethan, and today we are kicking off holiday themed videos. Starting now and through the month of December, there'll be 6 holiday themed videos for you, focusing on holiday music, movies, and more. And being the big Katy cat that I am, I knew I wanted to start out this series with something Katy Perry inspired. And a few weeks ago, she dropped Cozy Little Christmas, which is only on Amazon Music at the time I'm recording this. But I'm hoping that's out on other platforms and that the music video comes out too. Now this song is super fun. It makes every day feel like a holiday. So today we're going to be making something inspired by Cozy Little Christmas. We're going to be making a multi-layered cake that's going to look like the present that Katy is popping out of on the single art. The ingredients for this recipe are 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 cups of granulated sugar, 2 sticks or 1 cup of butter, 4 large eggs, 1 cup of whole milk, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. The first thing we want to do is in a small bowl combine all of our dry ingredients. That's going to be our flour, baking soda, and salt. I've set our dry ingredients off to the side, and now in a large bowl we're going to cream together our butter and sugar. Once you've creamed together your butter and sugar, now it's time to add in our eggs, one at a time, beating after each addition. After your eggs are incorporated, mix in your vanilla extract. At this point we want to scrape down the sides of the bowl to make sure that everything is well incorporated. So we've mixed together our wet and dry ingredients, and now we can mix those two together. Start by taking half of your dry, mix it up, half of your milk, mix it up, the last half of your dry, mix it up, and the last half of your milk, and mix it up. The last thing we're going to do for this cake is totally optional, but I'm going to color this one a dark green. Next, we want to pour our batter into a greased and floured 9x9 square pan. Now, take your cake and place it into the oven at 350 degrees for 45 minutes. So for this recipe, I actually made 3 more cakes, and I let all the cakes cool. I removed the humps on the top of the cake, then I leveled them, cut them in half, and removed the caramelization. That's kind of just the brown stuff around the sides. You don't have to, it just makes for a prettier cake. I've made some in red, green, and white, and then over here is our green one. So now it's time to fill and stack our cake. We've got all of our cake that is cool, and some buttercream frosting, and I've just got a cake board here to help us. Start with one of your cakes, place it onto your cake board, place a dollop of buttercream frosting in the middle, and using your offset spatula, smooth it out. Repeat this process for the rest of your cakes. So I just took our cake out of the fridge, and now it is time to crumb coat our cake. This traps in all of the crumbs, and it's a thin layer of buttercream frosting around the whole cake. So we've crumb coated our entire cake, and now we're going to pop it back into the fridge for another 5 minutes. Our crumb coat is out of the fridge, and now we can add on the final coat. This is going to be the thick layer around the whole cake, kind of the pretty layer. But before we do that, we want to add in some bubble tea straws. This is going to act as a support to help hold up the cake. Just place the straws around, one on each corner and one in the center, and then snip off any of the excess. Now we can frost this cake one more time with our buttercream frosting. While our cake was baking, I rolled out fondant in red and green, and I cut them into panels that would fit the size of our cake. When covering square cakes, it's always better to do panels than to cover the cake. You'll get sharper edges, and it just completes the cake. You want to make sure your fondant is completely chilled as well, so that it doesn't wobble around on the cake and you can cut straight edges. The first panel I made is one that is wrapped 2 ways, going to be the one on the front. And don't worry if your colors don't match, we're going to fix that in a little bit. Now, repeat this process with the rest of your fondant. So our cake is the basic shape that we want it to be, and now it is time to paint this cake. Over here I've taken some red food coloring and mixed it with some almond extract, and then I've added some silver and red luster dust to it. So we've painted our cake in the sparkly red, and now we're going to paint our cake in some sparkly green just along the bow. So our cake is almost done. It's just missing a few details, one of them being the bow on the front. So I've just made a fondant bow that I'm going to attach in pieces with some toothpicks. And it's also missing that label on the front, so I just made this out of fondant, covered it in gold, and then took an edible marker. And then using more fondant, I just made a little string, and we're going to attach that to the cake and then to the label. This cake is almost done. It's just missing one detail. I just found an image of the single cover online, printed it out, cut it out, and then I attached it to a straw, and we're going to insert this into the front of our cake. And here we have it, our cozy little Christmas inspired cake that we made today. We made a vanilla cake and then repeated that 3 times to make a multi-layered, multi-colored cake. Filled each layer with some buttercream frosting, and then covered it in fondant, sparkly things, and added on some bows, a tag, and a cutout of Katy Perry herself. This cake is the perfect holiday cake. You can totally remove all the Katy Perry things if you didn't want that. I mean, why wouldn't you? Or you could make this and celebrate the release of the new song and hopefully the music video. And if you make this cake and bring it to a party, you can take back all that Cartier and the Tiffany and the Chanel. Well, I'd keep the Chanel. But if you do happen to make this, please share it with me on Instagram or Twitter. And if you have any other requests for another Celebrity Sweets, please leave it down in the comments below. Also, if you're in need of a holiday gift, do not worry. I've got some holiday socks for you. They come in pink and white, and the link is in the description below. Until next time, savor life and make it sweet. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, let me know by hitting that like button down there. And while you're at it, subscribe. You can click the red subscribe button right next to the channel name, or this cute donut right down here. Also, don't forget to ring the bell so that you never miss an update. If you're looking for more videos to watch, over here is my newest video where we made some Ariana Grande Thank You Next cookies. And down here is what YouTube thinks that you should watch. That's all for today. I will see you guys this Sunday.